Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Kato Emotion Plays. We are your hosts. I am Kato Emotion, and this is producer Mike. Say hey, Mike.
Hey!
Thanks again for joining us, guys. Today we're going to be tackling the Iron Forge. I think we're getting pretty close to the end of Trine 2009, the Enchanted Edition. So, yeah. We're going to get the ball rolling, and we'll be discussing AI assistants today, which I know could be a really deep subject. So, we're going to see where this goes. Maybe it's too heavy for this pod.
I don't know. Not. We'll try to keep it light.
Well, yeah.
We are near
There's a lot
the
of
end.
interesting
just
things within this
decent
topic.
At this game, we have to say goodbye to it, and just as our players are getting leveled up, then we have to go to Trine 2 with brand new players. So, I don't know. I feel pretty good about this game, though. I like this game. I'm excited to play this series.
Oh man, we should definitely do a kind of like a compilation video of segments of this game.
Yeah.
And just review it.
Yeah.
Because
do a game review.
I mean, cool. Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna play through the whole thing and we have all this footage, we might as well do that.
Yeah. We could even get together on the couch and just record us talking about the game and then insert those little sections,
I think that's an even better idea. Now that they're lifting some of the quarantine...
You know it.
Rules.
Sunday you get to have friends not just digitally again, but you have to select them wisely. So.
Oh, in Belgium, for like you guys in North America.
In Belgium, yeah.
You got a ways to go, unfortunately.
Yeah, for
sure. But hopefully things get better soon for you guys.
So yeah, I just watched the new Joe Rogan episode with Elon Musk, and he's talking about the next level thing. It makes little AI assistants like Google Voice, Hello Google. It makes that look like child's play. He's talking about the Neuralink that's still in concept from I don't know. I think it's the Boring Company. It's not Tesla. I don't know. No, Neuralink's its own company. Anyways, Elon Musk is both a genius and borderline scary, the ideas he comes up with. But so he was predicting that is very much the future, is like cyborg interfaces and everything. So, but his whole argument was that we're already cyborgs because we use our phones and laptops and everything. I don't know how much I believe in that.
No, that's a stretch. That's a huge stretch.
It's an opinion. I mean, I think you can argue that. At the same time, I think... At what point do we argue that that's the case? You use a kitchen appliance, therefore you're a cooking cyborg? I don't know. It's just... We could keep stretching this definition as far as you want, Oh, we're in the Stone Age, so you're a cyborg?
I think the example he gave was a poor choice. I mean, he could have said, we use pacemakers or like internal monitors, or we augment our hearing with hearing aids.
I'm not being completely fair to him. I'm not being completely fair to him, but no, it's interesting.
People aren't.
It's interesting, yeah. No, I enjoyed the episode, but it was a little freaky to predict that. To predict that there would be brain implant interfaces. I like to kind of live in denial and think that technology is going to move more slowly than that, but who knows?
Oh, definitely not. Also, the minute we do that, technology will move in faster because it'll augment our capabilities.
Oh, yeah.
So that's completely. A whole other thing. And then nanotech.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about, hey, do you ask your phone to set a timer? Do you ask your phone to give you directions? Do you ask your phone to do this and that? So, or not just your phone, but they've got the little things in the home. They've got...
Nests.
Yeah. Ben has one of those. Our friend Ben, friend of the show, Ben. He's got one of those from Google. And Google. He uses it basically to control music and control timers and ask questions, but basic questions. So he doesn't use it a ton, but it's cool. Yeah.
Well, that disintegrated. Okay, so have you used? This
is definitely the end of the game, by the way. Like, we're trying to have a conversation, but this is definitely the end of the game. Oh yeah, right. Triangles.
Triangle. That thing that we're bad at using. Make sure you put the flat part on top.
Make sure I can draw a triangle.
I have. Oh my god, a box that disintegrates. That's good too. Have you used an AI?
It's so hard to draw triangles.
Man, you're really gifted at boxes, though. Like,
Thanks, bro.
no problem. I mean, you should probably be the first one to go over, and then you can draw yourself another triangle because this one will disappear. Just stay centered and make sure it doesn't. Oh god, draw faster! Oh my god, draw fast again! Draw, damn it! Nah, you're dead. Good run. Okay. Good run.
Oh, just when I was saying I was getting better at Trine. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, jeez. I think I'll answer the question first. So I feel like I'm less distracted than you are.
Yeah, I'm drawing triangles. I mean, I use them. I use
that's embarrassing.
my phone. I use Siri. And I'm not terribly impressed with Siri. That's the whole I know that I have an iPhone 6, so it's hardly the cutting edge of technology. And I know that I don't see the things that are in laboratories. But at least what's on the market for consumer products, I don't know. I don't mean to be a naysayer, but I'm not completely convinced that AI is going to completely... It'll definitely change the world, but I don't think it's going to completely take over everybody's job and revolutionize everything like some people fear, you know? Now, that doesn't mean I'm resting on my laurels. I try to do what I can to be a good, like, 21st century creative worker, so that I kind of guarantee I've got a job, you know? But I don't have the same fear that some people have. Maybe that, but again, I don't know everything. There's a lot that's in development that is not released for, hey, how'd you get over there? Good job. You need to...
I went all the way back around, and it turns out we could access it from behind the spike wall.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, I mean, like, I see what you're saying, and...
But yeah, I use Siri. Yeah. I use Siri to set a timer today, you know? Just like, hey, Siri, set a timer for blah, 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 you know? So... Because I ask Siri questions, and Siri does not do a good job at understanding my questions. So usually when I just...
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
It's not really for me right now, because the technology is not advanced enough. I mean, I'm sure it actually is advanced enough, but what we have available to us is not advanced enough for it to make it worth my while. I can do most of the things faster. I've used Google Home actually at your fiance's parents' place. When Lindsay and I were staying there.
Were you impressed?
And honestly, like, no, it was kind of fun for a bit. Also, they connected it to their lights on the main floor, so you could tell Google to, like, turn off the lights in the living room, and that it would do that well. But when it came to, like, looking up certain artists on Spotify, it would just mess it up all the time.
Yeah.
Or you'd ask it more complicated questions, and you'd just be disappointed with the answer you get.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, I'm just better off using my phone to achieve most of these tasks faster, except for, like, turning on and off the lights, obviously.
Yeah.
It's gonna do that one thing faster. So for me, it's just kind of like, yeah, this is pointless right now. It will get better.
It will. It will get better. I think it's hard to understand voice. I think it's easy to kill a wizard. I think it's hard to understand voice. There's a lot of actual... I actually looked into it because I was really curious. There's some research on synthetic voice programming for Flemish being done at ULB. It's a couple years old, but it's some of the leading synth voice research being done in the world. And it's not very I mean, of course it's tech related because it's AI voice. But it's done by the phonetics department, not the engineering department. So it's linguistics or whatever. Linguistics. There's no phonetics department. Linguistics department. Go ahead. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of research going on that. I think that the experimental applications are great for deaf people, for example. I know Microsoft is working on a lot of tech for like experimental tech for deaf people, so that they can basically use some sort of version of FaceTime and Skype, and using avatars that you would see similar to like video game art quality, and basically taking the speech that they create and then synthesizing it into a more believable voice. But the synthesized voices today just sound like what the late Stephen Hawking sounded like, you know? They haven't really...
Yeah.
They're more soothing than before. They've taken the rough edges out, some of the digital rough edges, but it's still... So... Although there was that one display where a Google Assistant made a haircut appointment. That was pretty impressive. And the Google Assistant actually said which was pretty creepy, you know.
I mean, the whole point of Google doing this promotion, where if you have a Spotify account, you could get a free Google Home or something.
Yeah.
It's just so that they have millions of people at the Google Home, so they can collect all this data to improve the functionality of Google Home, and therefore they can study all your speech patterns, and they have millions of examples now, and it's just like, what I actually find more interesting than just like AI assistants is actually like Internet of Things and how our devices connect and relate to each other in different ways. Like that's been more interesting for me personally, just because I think AI has come a long way, definitely for like military purposes.
Oh yeah.
But for like our everyday use, not so much.
No. We
get the lame tech for now. But like Internet of Things is really interesting because
smart everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's useful for how you communicate with your car. Back when I was in North America and I was driving every weekend, it's just... I actually did, like, talk to my car, like, a fair bit to give it commands when driving, because, you know, you shouldn't be texting on your phone or anything.
Right.
While you drive.
Yeah.
No one do that. I'd never do that.
No, don't.
Never.
I don't really drive very much, but when I do, I'm pretty strict about no phone. I try not to even really have phone calls. So.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because even if it's hands-free, it's distracting, you know.
It is. It seems like the rules in Europe are very different. Because my lord, I see people doing everything you can imagine.
Do you think their rules are different, or do you think people are just really cocky drivers, really confident drivers, really?
I mean, there's that too. I just don't think they enforce this heavily in North America, where they'll give you $750 fine and 2 demerit points and like suspend your license. Like,
yeah,
that's Canada. I don't know about the U.S. But
I don't know about the U.S. To be honest, some of this stuff is knowledge that I don't have. You know, I've been gone too long.
Yeah, fair.
But I mean, I'm sure it's state by state.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like some similar stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like smart homes, for example. That's a cool thing, and it's also become more common. My brother has it, the Nest, where you can control like the climate of your home. And I think he also has it set up with an app where, there was some other stuff you could do, like lighting, and there's also functions where you can set up a lock for your door that's electronic, so that you can control remotely, like opening and closing your door for people, which is kind of cool, especially if you own like an Airbnb, for example. If you want to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. Also, like, you know, medical care for the elderly, Internet of Things. So like, for the what's the thing called? The implants they put into their ears. The actual
hearing
implants.
aids. Are you talking about? Or something more complex?
Like cochlear implants. Thank you, brilliant wife.
Yeah, thank you, doctor.
Whispering in my ear.
Yeah.
So yeah, connecting those to like devices in their home to make their lives more easier, so that they could just say stuff and the earpiece picks it up and it knows to do certain tasks depending on what your disability is, obviously. So stuff like that, Internet of Things, for medical use, medical records, you know.
Well, no, that's the crazy thing is hooking it up to your iWatch, and you just go to the doctor and they scan you, and there's all your data. That kind of stuff speeds things up, but then there's the issue of privacy. You know, it's with all this convenience. What is privacy going to look like 10, 20 years from now? And I think that's a concern that some have, and I think the more cynical of us, myself included in a certain mood, would say privacy? What privacy? I don't think there will be much privacy in the new world. So,
I mean, myself not in a cynical mood on any given day would be like, why are we even talking about privacy? We don't have any. The privacy we do have
any currently?
All a facade, like.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm using an Acer, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just saying I'm using like my Acer computer right now, and it has like Windows 10 on it. Obviously, Microsoft's collecting data on most of the things I do on my computer.
Yeah.
Not only to improve their software, but for their own personal use, possibly to sell for all we know.
Probably to sell, you know?
All the time!
Because you're a user,
our
you're a
cell
consumer.
phones.
Yeah.
Yep, like our cell phones. You know they're listening. We go through this all the time when you just see ads pop up for things that you were discussing with your friends, and it's just like, man, that shouldn't even be allowed, but hey, whatever.
Oh yeah,
Anything
the phenomena
goes.
where you have a chat, and then the next thing you know, it's being sold to you.
Yep.
Oh no!
To me, it's
I feel like I should just kill myself.
Oh jeez, wow, you just.
Yeah, I just fell down a hole.
Hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna die so I can join you. Okay.
Well, you're beside me now, so good job.
That was my objective. Sweet. Oh, we're here now.
Yeah.
This looks like the end of the game. Look at this. Look at all the things trying to kill us, Kevin. It's lovely.
It is.
There's another game we played a couple years ago called Ori and the Blind Forest. Do you know that game?
No.
Well,
after
Kate
you, by the way.
mostly played that game, and you ought to play that game. The art is gorgeous, and it's a really cool platformer. Kate played that game, and I really supported her because she wanted to work on her platforming skills. And at the end of the game, she's like, "Okay, this is more stressful than fun. Everything's trying to kill me."
What do you mean?
The floor is lava.
Oh,
she kept saying that over and over again. So it just became a cadence. It was kind of funny to see her suffer and die. So we never did finish that one. Got real close, but I'd like to go back and play that game. That game was great. They did a sequel or a DLC that was there was so much DLC that it was sequel-esque. I'm not really sure the full story on that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for. You know what I'm ready for? I'm ready for a true digital assistant. I'm ready to completely delegate tasks to an AI to figure out for me. And I don't think we're too far off, you know?
No, I don't think we're too far.
I can voice command Siri to work with my with my Google. I just make brands there. My Apple Calendar, my iCal, and schedule appointments for me, and that's kind of nice. I'm just waiting for the next level thing, you know? I bet if I utilize the tech to its nth degree, the current tech, I bet I would find that that there's a lot more to do.
Sufficient?
Yeah. But I'm trying to get these green bottles, and I'm trying to get this chest, but I don't know how to get there. I just fell, though. That's wonderful. I missed.
Oh, yep.
We are not dead.
Yeah.
We are not dead. Can you shoot arrows, please? Because I'm scared to die.
Yep, doing it. Doing
it. Thank you. We left a box up there, by the way.
Yeah, because you came down here and this is your game.
It was an accident. It was an accident.
But it seems like this is where we're supposed to be, so
yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
So
but
yeah.
maybe that's the caliber sword that we need to defeat the final bad guy. I doubt it. I'm just blind.
Where are you going?
I'm trying to go up the thing.
Wow. Like,
I think it's a lost
pots and
cause.
stuff here.
I think it's a lost
Yeah.
cause. Okay.
Let's just keep going. So yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to the next level thing because I, like you, I'm a bit cynical about the whole desiring of privacy, and I'm ready for the AI assistant. But what about? There's something kind of interesting. I've seen some experimental kind of machine learning chat bots. There are some really impressive chat bots in the world these days, and there's one from the University of Stanford that is a chatbot that serves as like a psychology aid of sorts, you know? So it doesn't replace a psychologist, but it's sitting there, and if it's, you know, the middle of the night, you don't have a psychologist to contact, you can talk to this bot, and this bot can kind of talk you down, you know? And it's, I don't know, I thought that was really interesting, and I just thought about how can chatbots help with loneliness in the future? You don't want them to replace human contact, but how can they better serve? Because right now, chatbots are used mostly for customer service, you know? I don't know. I think chatbots are a really interesting AI for me because you don't have to... You're not asking it to do more than just kind of talk with humans, and that's complex.
Damn it, wizard.
Sorry.
Yep. True. Look, the future's Chobits, man. We're all gonna have like robot partners.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna be what it's gonna be, man.
Yeah. I heard someone joking the other day, get ready for an AI to tell you artificial. That's such AI, that's such an antiquated word. I'm just life. I'm just another form of life. Yeah, get ready for that to be the next, you know, woke use of words there. It's probably close to true, you know? That we'll look back at AI as like a bigoted phrase, you know?
I need the wizard, man.
Okay. I don't know this puzzle. I don't really get what's going on right now. That's what's going on?
Yep. Getting that green bottle. Slowly lowering this platform so that I can hop across. Slowly lowering this platform into lava. Okay, there we go. I made it.
Nice work.
Alright, I don't know which character you want to use.
Just any character that could get me over there?
I mean, could probably use the thief. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings about AI as a whole. Just where it's going, getting into implants. Yes, privacy is one thing, but it's just like, why would you want to give so much control of your own person to a corporation? Like we see time and time and time again that you can't trust corporate interests. The only thing they care about is getting bigger and badder and pleasing their shareholders so that they can keep taking more money to get bigger and badder and rule the world. And it's like, okay, well, any chip you put in you is going to be controlled by someone other than you at the end of the day. So if you're okay with that, fine, but I'm not.
I just feel like it's going to start out as, and that's what Elon Musk talked about, is it's going to start out as a medical thing. So it's going to be like to repair brain damage. It's going to be, you know.
Yep.
So
it always starts with like, you know, the best of intents. And then
yeah, definitely.
Someone uses it for evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know,
what is it? The road to
not to be
the road to heaven is paved with bad intentions, or what? Good the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Man, idioms. I'm great.
Yeah, there we go. I'm terrible at them too, but I knew what you were trying to say. Yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel about it. It's not that I'm like afraid of technology. No, I just don't trust humans because we proved time and time again that we're incapable of actually learning. Which is why history just keeps repeating itself, and it's infuriating. It's like, yeah, COVID's happened. This is terrible. We need to do better for like our planet. Yeah, give it another year and we'll see what happens. Also, if we could ever settle on... Oh, that's for another topic. Never mind.
I mean, I am looking forward to some of the conveniences. I mean, I'm not going to be an early adopter of a neural net. That's for sure. I'll hold out for as long as is socially acceptable. I won't say forever because you never know what the social pressures will become.
I'm pretty sure at a certain point you won't be able to get a job or compete
without one,
without an implant. Like, it's going to be that way.
But at the same time, humanity's always had an obsession over, but at the same time, in sports, for example, we try to pretend like steroids are illegal, and there are many exceptions to that. But we call those people cheaters, and we still do drug testing, for example, at the Olympics. We don't just take the strongest human to do something. We actually say no, you have to be all natural. So that's something we currently obsess over. And the idea that we're not going to obsess over that in the future is I feel like there are a lot of possible enhancements right now, but you don't see a lot of people chopping their legs off to get cyborg legs, even though those bowed legs that runners get, that you can actually be potentially faster than that amputee runners get, You don't see people using these enhancements left, right, and center. You see people living more of a natural life, natural in air quotes.
I need boxes, man. I need boxes.
What do you need? You need boxes? Okay.
We need to push all 3 of these switches, so we need at least 1 box, and then you could drop the other arm down. There we go.
Hooray!
We did it.
Sorry, I'm being a little bit of an airhead wizard right now,
It's alright, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
The reality is the need or the want to do that isn't great enough. The reason, the why to do it isn't strong enough to make people want to chop off limbs to replace it with, cyborg augmentation.
Too few benefit from it.
Yeah, we're just not at that point.
Yeah. Huh.
If it gets to the point, or when it gets to the point that everyone's doing, you just simply cannot compete in life unless you do this augmentation. That's when you're going to see a lot more people adopt things.
But on the previous stream, we had a conversation about gardening and home gardening, and realistically, it's so much cheaper to spend your time making resources, money, and then going and buying food from the grocery store. And at that, buying processed food is cheaper than buying a lot of fresh produce. But why do we want fresh produce? Health. We don't want to, and also taste. And we don't want to just eat Soylent Green and live till we're 100 years old. We want to live something like a natural life. I feel like we're still a little connected to, why haven't people replaced mountain vacations with mountain VR? VR is really impressive, but it's not. I do think humans like the natural. We're in the music industry. Why don't people only like electronic music? It's true. Electronic music is the most popular it's ever been. Sorry, I'm talking and I'm the wizard. I'm sorry. I'm just happening again. But why do people still like?
Could I even argue?
Why do people still like folk music? Why do people still like? I think there's I hear the word authenticity being thrown around and abused, and to the point where it almost doesn't mean anything anymore. But still, there's this inherent nostalgia in humanity, and I feel like if Neuralink comes online, it's going to be the military who uses it, and it's going to be fringe people in Silicon Valley, So, but I think there will be laws that have to deal with it for sure, and I don't know. It'll be really interesting. I'll probably be in my 50s, so who the heck knows what happens, but definitely gonna affect the next couple generations of people after us, that's for sure, you know?
Yeah, they're gonna have to deal with a lot more of this crap, figure out how to navigate it, but
I wanted to go on a date with him, but he doesn't have the Neuralink. You know, it's like, you know, it's just, things are gonna get weird. Well, what we perceive is weird, but then again, you go 100 years ago and you show people the life we're living and they'll say, what? Somebody said what on what book? Who cares? Relax.
no, you're right.
So, whatever the future does is gonna look weird to us. I don't know.
I just think we value progress and growth more than sustainability. And we always have, and this is something that we're just not fixing. We're just building more things that are more advanced to kind of temporarily solve the problem. Like, we just keep compounding issues on top of each other.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
And I think until we get to the point where, you know, we can look at sustainability and think that way, think more long term. You know, we shouldn't really have all these toys. We really shouldn't. What are we going to do with it? Wage more war? Fight over more resources? Kill more people?
Do you think coronavirus...
Create more inequality?
Do you think this kind of like coronavirus quasi-sabbatical for people and work from home period has perhaps illuminated some of that progress obsession? Or like, do you think the debate will actually be had now? Not that things will massively change, but do you think people will actually start talking about it? I mean, we're talking about it, but I guess we're weird. So.
Yeah, no, I definitely think people will talk about it. The only problem is people have very short attention spans and, you know, even shorter memories. So, yeah, it's great. We'll have the conversation for a bit. And at this
point... who's going to fuel the
propaganda
propaganda to try to get us back to work and back to buying things? Come on. It's the people who have all the power. So, yeah.
And they're just consolidating power while this is happening anyway, so this is only going to get worse. Wow. Just, you really want to kill yourself.
I'm not trying to. This is the floor is lava.
Really dark.
Well, the end of the game. Look at our surroundings, Kevin. It's hard to be positive right now. Look at this. I would not. I think this place needs some interior decorating, to say the least.
Yeah, whoever designed it definitely did not feel inspired.
I'm excited
by anything other than death.
I am excited to try to put a positive spin on things. I am excited as a music composer. Some of the tools that have come out recently have enabled someone like myself with a bit of a more formal education. Because I got my formal music education in the beginning of the aughts, you know? Well, really, it's been... I mean, you know, music, it's kind of a lifelong thing. But as far as university, oh my gosh, draw a triangle. That is not a square. That is not a square. That is a triangle. Equilateral or isosceles triangle. Oh, come on.
Man, what are you even trying to do? Do you want me to, like, switch characters with you? Because I'm like, there we go. It brought you over to me.
I was trying to draw a triangle for, like, 5 minutes. Anyways.
I did not succeed, but now you're here with me, so it doesn't matter. So dead.
The thing, I don't have all the cutting edge. Oh, come on. I don't have the most cutting edge music tech at my fingertips, but I have music tech that is from the last decade. And it's constantly, this is a triangle game. Please recognize what I'm trying to draw.
Use the thief, man.
No, I'm drawing a triangle. Now I'm getting stubborn because this couldn't be more triangle.
I also, like, need the wizard to push switches.
I'm sorry, this is frustrating and I'm stubborn and I would like to have the game recognize what I'm trying. The game created this mechanic. It needs to observe. Thank you, game. Triangle.
This is what determination looks like, people.
Ugh.
Never let anyone tell you that you can't make a triangle.
Alright, so...
Oh, man.
As far as music tech goes, I'm not using the most up-to-date stuff, but I'm still constantly impressed by the gadgets and things that are finding their way to music store shelves. You know, it's just it's making creativity. It's
easier.
You can do more faster. You know. Now
you can do more faster with technically less as well.
with less stuff and for less money.
Cost.
Yeah, like the amount that it is to start up a studio now versus the 1970s is just stupid different, you know?
Now anyone can produce music.
Now anybody can produce music. You don't need a formal training, you know? So, but it's also nice to have formal training because then it's like, okay, now how can I utilize these tools to? I don't know. I just think it's like I can't believe I'm video editing. That's something I was always interested in growing up as a kid, and I can't believe with computers and everything that I can do that. And the video editing software we both use is relatively inexpensive, and I'm impressed by how robust.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know.
Built whole channel using Hit Films, people, in case you're interested. But blows my mind. How cheap it was and how powerful it is for that price.
And so to think that AI is going to play a role in that and voice controlled things is going to play a role in that. I'm really curious about voice to MIDI and how that's like, just to think that I'm gonna spend a lot of my life being able to just sing into a microphone and then say voice command, make that a cello. No, wait, make that 100 cellos. No, wait, make it trombone. Swing it, you know, like just all by voice command. That's just. Where did you go, by the way?
I'm at the end. I'm up top.
Yeah. Oh, top. There, top. Okay. I'm gonna have to do like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to draw
my
more.
Arrows. Alright.
Okay. I drew a triangle.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's going to be benefits to our everyday lives. I do not deny this. This would be a lot easier if you just used the thief, bro.
If I just use the
thief.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're right.
I don't know why you hate using the thief so much. It just makes things like a billion.
Hate's a strong word.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, you actively avoid using her. Are you sexist?
No. I just don't want to.
It's okay.
I get my argument is I don't want to embarrass myself on the stream, and then I proceed to embarrass myself. So it's not a really good argument.
You made it. You made it.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Yeah, that conversation went to many places, many of which were very dark. Sorry about that, but thanks again for joining us this week. I hope you had a good time. And hope we'll see you back here for the next episode for some more fun-filled conversations with producer Mike and I. So until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Later.